Your stomach drops. You know, you just hope that they're going to get through each and every game without an injury.
Except all too often, kids playing contact sports like lacrosse, football, hockey, or wrestling are suffering concussions and other traumatic brain injuries. Some of those kids die, like Matthew Gfeller, who played football at Reynolds High School in Winston-Salem. Lisa Lindsay's son, Jackson, has suffered 3 concussions in a year. He's now undergoing tests at UNC's Matthew Gfeller Sports-Related Traumatic Brain Injury Research Center. He describes a concussion.
Like you're on autopilot. You're just kind of, running after the play, but not really going after it.
Right now, state law does not include any guidance on how coaches, trainers, or school officials should deal with concussions. The North Carolina High School Athletic Association has guidelines for public high school sports.
If you suspect that a concussion has occurred for a student athlete, then that individual has to remain out of competition until a licensed medical doctor comes down, evaluates that young man or woman, and determines that the concussion symptoms are no longer present.
The athlete could return to the game after suffering a concussion, something Dr. Kevin Guskowitz with the Gfeller Center said legislation should stop.
If there's any doubt they've had a concussion, we're sitting them out for that night, and so there's no question that about a return to play.
NCHSAA Commissioner Davis Whitfield said the association will support any legislation benefiting student athletes, but it should be inclusive.
If this is a good bill and it's good for young people, why not expand it to all of those who are governing athletics to include all youth sports as opposed to just the high schools, just the state high schools, just the state middle schools.
Potential legislation may also require coaches, trainers, and other personnel here on the sidelines to be trained to identify concussions and have a plan to deal with the injuries. Jackson also says players should look out for each other.
Watch out for your buddies, 'cause, if they're looking a little bit confused, ask them, hey, what happened on the last couple of plays?
He's learned from his experience and even pulled himself out of the game after his 3rd concussion.
It was the playoff game, and it was a close game, so I was pretty mad about that. I was deciding, but I knew that's what I had to do.
He's hoping testing at the Gfeller Center will clear him for high school ball next year. For CarolinaJournal.tv, I'm Anthony Greco.